Hey guys, Chris here with Cohesive Friendship Unit. Just me today. I had mixed feelings when they first launched the Smash Ultimate trailer. I remember being super hyped to see it because a lot of, in fact, all Smash games have these like really cool cinematics to like blow everything out. Really cool CG trailers and all that. But we got something very different, and at first I really didn't like it. And since then, I've actually been watching it a lot. Like, I keep catching myself watching it, and I really like it. And I think it's one of the most fun videos to watch, like, reactions for, which I don't usually like very much. I think this trailer was, like, masterfully well done. And I just kind of want to go through and explain why. It's a little different. Real quick, if you like this, throw it a like. If you have any video suggestions, throw them down in the comments, or if you want to talk about why you liked or disliked this trailer. And if you subscribe, you are entered in a giveaway for some Steam codes. Alright, let's go. So, right off the bat, I just wanted to kind of... They showed the battlefield, right? And right off the bat, you're like, okay, new battlefield, could still be a port. I think that's the big thing that you want to ask. Is this a port, or is this a new game? That's what a lot of people were going into this thinking when they were watching this. And right off the bat, they said, we're going to show you these numbers representing the entry in the franchise. And at first, I was really cool with that, but then it quickly got like unwieldy for me, but I think it was very smart. I'm going to talk about why. So right off the bat, we have Mario, Samus, Kirby, and we're just looking at pretty much, here's really the first big change. They just showed a bunch of characters that were almost no-brainers. Like, it'd be kind of silly if they cut, Bowser, Kirby, Mario. That would be ridiculous. Samus. And they all looked relatively vanilla. There wasn't anything really going on. You could still look at that and be like, I don't know, it could just be a port. This is kind of the first step, because previously we'd only seen that silhouette of Link, and everyone was like, oh, it's Champion Link, it's Champion Link. But this is really confirming it. But still, so I think this first part of the trailer, Donkey Kong, is really almost letting people down. At least that's what it did for me, Fox. Kind of tempering expectations. It brings you down and makes you think, okay, maybe this is a port. Maybe I'm overthinking things just because, yeah, new logo, all that. I think it gave you a little bit of a reality check. And then we got Zelda. And this kind of plays with you a little. It plays with me a little bit because I really like Zelda. As a character in Smash, they showed you, no, hold on, we're willing to totally remake some old characters. So it makes you intrigued, but I don't think it sells you on anything. And really, so far, you're looking at all these and you're like, okay, yeah, but like this was almost a given. Sonic's pretty cool, but here's where things kind of start to pick up, and it's more or less kind of out of nowhere, Ice Climbers. But this further kind of brings you down a little bit. You're like, but Ice Climbers, that was a given. Sakurai said, we only didn't have them because of the 3DS's limitation, and it was kind of implied that they would be here. Nonetheless, still great to see. Great to see that, okay, we are getting more characters than just like the Inklings. It's not, this is very important. This 64, if you're paying attention, which I wasn't, because at this point I'd given up on the numbers because they were just randomly changing. If you're paying attention, you see this number, 64, and you're like, oh, wait a minute, there's no way. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, how are they going to pull that off? I think that is really the first time. If you catch that, it really gets you wondering. And then you're like, this is more than meets the eye. See that new face on the Wii Fit Trainer. This was really cool. Pokemon Trainer, I think this was when you see it and you're like, oh, Pokemon Trainer, we're bringing back cut characters, basically, because I think Ice Climbers was more or less expected, but Pokemon Trainer is like, okay, cut characters. This like gets all the Brawl fanatics thinking Wolf, that gets all the Melee fanatics thinking maybe, just maybe, we'll get, like Toon Link or something. And showing the DLC was great. Yeah, they show Cloud too. This is where, obviously, I think this is where the whole thing changes, obviously. I think the music does a great job. I think everything the trailer has done up until this point, I think, was meant to set your expectations in a bad way. They were saying, hey, look, so far, all we've really given you are Inkling, Ice Climbers, and we brought back Pokemon Trainer, which is great. The only thing that you could really get from that, if you were kind of keen, was, wait a minute, there's 64 characters. But this is kind of, like, everybody was making their Smash characters prediction list. We definitely made several of them of different flavors. And I think everyone pretty much agreed there was no way that we were going to see Snake. And you could tell by the cadence of the music, that I'll play that right now. You could tell by the cadence of the music that, okay, we're warming up to something big. Like, this is going to be like a big thing. Pause in the music. And they kind of do the impossible. They throw Snake out, which is insane. And then they hit you with this, everyone is here. And I think a lot of people at this point are just like, wait, what? Like, first seeing Snake hits you, and this is like a 1-2 punch. This is like a, shit, we got Snake. But, oh, wait, everyone's here. How do you even process that, right? And I think, at least for me, I watched it with a few people. For me, I was like, oh, okay. I think everyone in the back of their mind had that character that was cut from one of their past games, and they're like, you got to prove it. I need to see that character. Because so far, we've only seen Pokemon Trainer and now Snake. I need to see that character. And for me, it was Young Link. And I think, at this point, the most outrageous character to throw in after Snake, like the most, like, you're not gonna have that. Like, that's not gonna, would be Pichu, and then right off the bat, they throw down Pichu, and that's kind of when they're doubling down. They're saying, no, we mean it. Everyone is here. That's it. And at this point, I think, like, this is when a lot of people in the reactions, everyone is just, like, going through the roof. This is where the hype hit the fan. This is when myself and everyone was watching was like, no way. And this is when I was like, we're gonna get it. We're gonna get Young Link. That's amazing. And I'm sure that there are people gunning for Wolf too. Of course, he'll be coming. And I don't think anybody would have seen the Mii Fighters coming. That would have been a good secondary to Pichu, throwing in the Mii Fighters. But yeah, I think at this point, everyone is just probably losing their minds right now in the reactions. Okay, so this was great too, because you kind of know it's coming. You say, all right, here's Toon Link, but where's my boy Young Link? And sure enough, they drop him down, and that's first time you get to see him since Melee. And I like that they saved Wolf until close to the end. Not the last character, but last few. I think that was really smart. And I also liked how they kind of dispersed the third parties. Yeah, there's your boy Wolf. I like how they dispersed the third parties. That was great, the way that they had Mega Man at the very end, they had Snake in the middle, and they had Sonic, who was one of the first, just kind of early on. They kind of ratcheted up by, I mean, they put Snake as like the big thing to say everyone's here, but I think it was good that they spread those out pretty well. And of course, everyone was too excited to forget about Yoshi and Luigi, except for the people who love them and were like, everyone is not here. I am very upset. Yeah, so the more I watch it, the trailer, the more I reflect on it. I catch myself watching it. I catch myself watching the reactions, because I think the pacing is just impeccable. I think the way that they, in the beginning, kept it extremely slow, almost boring and almost disappointing. They were like, oh, yeah, here's Mario, here's Donkey Kong, here's Samus. And then they they kind of played with it a little bit with that Inkling, and they played with it a little bit with Zelda, just like little things. Ice Climbers, you're like, yeah, not expected, but yeah, expected. And then they just drop that bomb on you with Snake and just kind of like let loose from there. I think that was perfect. But let me know what you guys think. I think this is easily top 5 Nintendo trailers ever. Let me know what your top 5 Nintendo trailers ever are, and if you wish you would have gotten a cinematic. I still think that there's hope that we get a nice cinematic based on the teaser and the Ridley reveal. But let me know down below, and we'll catch you guys next time.